it shouldn't be just any love. It should be unconditional. And what it means to be unconditional, it doesn't mean to love someone. It means actually to set the vibration of the other person free. Because unconditional means that you don't have any link with that person. It means that you are not conditioning that person or that being with your own type of frequency of love. So there is no condition. That's what it means in the word. So if there is no condition, it means that it's freedom. So unconditional love is acceptance of the process of any being, and acceptance of any existence. We cannot have unconditional love if we are in duality, like believing there is an evil and that there are some people that are the good ones. That's not unconditional love. There is no unconditional love also when we try to protect someone because we are afraid of something happening to them. We are not unconditionally loving when we love so much other persons that we don't allow them to move on. So there is no unconditional love when we have an attachment to someone or to something. So basically what it means is that we have to, in order to activate really this machine, this pattern of energy that creates us, that connects us with the inner void and connects us with the entire universe, is to practice unconditional love, which means to understand that low frequency or high frequency can be accepted as equal, and that I have to find the best balance in between all of them, not going to extremes. If I go to an extreme, it's the same of doing nothing. So I need the balance between all of them, and to acknowledge all of them and accept all of them in order to fulfill what the frequency of love means. Then we have wisdom. And wisdom is not about knowledge. It's not about the accumulation of data through experience. Wisdom is basically to allow yourself to be what it is supposed to be in the right time and the right place. So wisdom is basically taking action that sometimes is inaction. It means that you are there to be a reflection and an example for everyone that is around. And you don't have to do good in order to have wisdom. You just have to be completely and fully yourself. So there is no good or bad in wisdom. There is only to be. And will basically represents the intention of things. It doesn't mean that you have to work hard or to do stuff in order to accomplish your goals. That's the will that we have learned in the Industrial Revolution, but it's not the one that actually the universe is claiming for. The will that we are talking about here is about the intention. And intention means to set yourself in the right tension. Why? Because if you're playing a guitar, for example, you need to calibrate the chords in order to feel the song, the note, and for that the chords needs to be in tension. So what is to set an intention is to pull the strings in yourself so they are aligned. They are not entangled. So it means that you have to put each one of the parts of yourself very aligned from the crown chakra to the feet chakra, all along. And how do you do that? By taking the right actions. What is the right action? To act according to the situation with the wisdom and love. What I feel in my love, what I think in my wisdom, I act according to my will. So my will be expressed in the tension created by my heart with love and my brain with mind wisdom. This is the one that will create the third one, which is the throat, which is the expression of the music, the word, the creator itself, by the verb. So when we are talking about activating the Merkaba, we are talking about creating the light vehicle that allows us to connect with the core of the universe, with the core of the creation itself, with the core of the I am. And in order to activate this, there are many steps and many things to do. It's not just simply think about it or design it around or do an energy work. When you do an energy work and think about it, then you have to hold it with your actions, with your coherence, every day. Otherwise, it's like a rotten machine. It's like something that can get old and misused. That's why we need to work the Merkaba with coherence. And the question would be, what do we achieve by activating the Merkaba? Well, basically, what you do is to activate the potential of all the archangels, which means all the frequencies, all the potentialities of creation of the universe within you. So you become an alchemist. You become a creator of your own reality. To have the Merkaba activated in you means that when you relate to yourself, to the I, who you really are, the higher self, that's what we call the higher self, the I. Then the lower self is Matthias, for example, me, is a personality, is a design that is inside the system. But my higher self, which is only I, me, that being, I can only achieve that being by saying I. And I can only be coherent by saying am. So when I say, for example, I wish I could have this, the universe interprets through the potential of Merkaba that you actually are wishing. So everything that projects around you is going to be according to the verb wish, which means that it will always be a dream for you. You will never achieve that because it will always be a dream, and you will create constant realities of wishing something new because the potential was set with the verb wish. But if I say, I am this, I am that, I am what is needed, the Merkaba activates the potential of making it right now for you, because you are setting the intention that you are the creator of that. That is not something that someone needs to give you from the outside. It's coming from the outside, but you are becoming it. And that's why by gravity, the Merkaba starts to pull the realities towards you because you acknowledge that I am. By doing that, when you say I, you are projecting this reality in your vibration, in your energy, in your matter. You are projecting the manifestation of that idea here. So basically by saying I am this with your verb, you are changing the frequency of your vibration towards that reality. By moving yourself and changing the intention of yourself, what you do is to change the energy. Change the energy of what what you are setting for yourself in your life. Like for example, if I am too worried about getting something, the only energy that I'm gonna create in my life is being worried. So it doesn't matter how good it's going to be what it's coming to me, I will be always worried. But I can change that by laughing, by having fun, by thinking that everything is a play. So I can change the intention in which I will take the action. And the action will come accordingly to that intention. and then the matter. You change the matter by the action, by acting differently as you would do it in the first place. Like, take a different action every day. Learn something new, for example. Try to learn something different that you have never thought about. So with these tiny actions, you start to modify also the matter. Usually the greatest alchemists in the past, if you read about them or you listen about them, they knew many things. They knew about architecture, they knew about music, they knew about mathematics, they knew about art, about magic, about philosophy, religion, everything, metaphysics, physics. Why the people that were alchemists or the people that were genius knew a little bit of everything? It's not because they were so clever that they were able to understand everything. It was because they understood that in order to become the everything, they need to learn a little bit about everything in order to open all the potentialities of the Merkabah, of their own self. So they needed to prove themselves that they could be able to learn about different topics that maybe they had no idea before. The action by coherence to activate the Merkabah, as I said, is to accept. The word for love is to accept every reality that is outside by knowing that if I tune myself with love, I will only be able to see the love coming back. If I am what I'm supposed to be at every second, I will only receive people and realities that are also in their own center, not looking for something. So they will also be in their own center. And by will, remember, you take the right intention, you take the right action in order to move the energy in your life. So the Merkabah is basically not just a vehicle of light, it's a construction of your own self. It's a construction that you do every day in order to prepare your being to be able to become an alchemist, someone that can create or transform this matter, this reality, into a light being, into a manifestor, into a divinity. Following this idea of the chakras, the Merkabah is related to the root chakra. And the root chakra in our bodies usually is related to something dense, to something physical, to sexuality or something deep that rooted us to this world. But actually, the genitals is the center of the glands that connects you with the spirit.